Hi there, thanks for stopping by. I'm GhostPrime. I want to take a look at X-Transbots Fioravanti. This is their take on Generation 1 Omnibot Overdrive, and I really wanted to pick this thing up. And I saw him at TFCon Orlando, and I had to get him. He was about $100, and as a normal price, and he is a mid-size car. I'm going to try to keep this video short, so I'm just going to get right into it. Please like, subscribe, and all that. Please leave me a comment. Tell me what you think of him. And without any further ado, let's get to the review. I'm going to go over his box. He has a pretty nice rendered image of him on the cover. It looks pretty good. It's a striking looking box. Really nice and small. Kept it nice and compact. There he is right there. Strategist Fioravanti. The X-Transbots logo. He's got like blueprint style on the side. He's got some script here that says, how is it possible to have a civil war? Close up right there. On the side, same script. How is it possible to have a civil war? I like how the X-Transbots do their back of the boxes, kind of like old school style with the battle, even though it's completely cut off. I think they're meant to stack so you can see more of it, which is a good idea, I guess. He has a little tech spec, which is cool. And he says, function, strategist. Again, how is it possible to have a civil war with the same image there? And I'm not going to read this to you, so you go ahead and pause it right now. Opening up the package, you do get a card here, which has the same sort of script on it and the intelligence rating and speed, everything there. Great. So you also get a booklet, which is done the same way as the box, and this is on there again. So they really like that. But it's pretty clear instructions. It's not super bad. I have seen some that are really just unreadable almost. These are okay. He also comes with a large weapons pack. Well, kind of large. Large for the box, at least. He has a bunch of blast effect pieces. These are for I think this is for the blaster. This is for the car flight mode. And these are also for blasters. So he comes with 3, which are just like the ones that the G1 had, only in chrome. These are gray plastic, in which I will actually... I don't have scissors in here. Here is one of them. Here's the double barrel, and hard to tell if this is painted or not. Got a hinge. Might just be gray plastic. Got a hinge. I think that's so you could just store it away under the car. Same with a little single barreled pistol here. And here's another one. Again, these are just look like his regular G1 guns. This one does not have a hinge. This is what it looked like in G1. And there they are, all 3 of them together. So let's take a close look up at the car. It is gorgeous. It is just absolutely beautiful. It got all these wonderful details. It has heft. The colors seem to match pretty well. It's got nice finish on it, nice shine. I love all the different paint details, the tail lights, and everything just looks clean. It does have this QC Pass sticker on it, but we could just go ahead and remove that right now. Oh, I'm going to have to use some Goo Gone to remove it. So we're going to leave it. But that looks just gorgeous. I mean, they did a really, really good job on this. Let's do one more quick, nice close-up look at some of the details on this thing before we get into comparisons. It's got a lot of nice painted details, sculpted details, chrome rims, beautiful looking tail lights, all the little detail bits. You think it's actually pretty heavy too, being on how there's a lot of die cast. Feet are die cast, the arms are die cast. Is that rubber tires, and it rolls decently enough. It looks great. And first comparison, we go right, of course, right into the Generation 1 version. Just so you can see how these two compare. I mean, it is a masterpiece style after all compared to G1, and a very small bot to begin with. So, very, very cool. Speaking of size, let's compare to an actual masterpiece. There he is next to Sideswipe. But I'd say they're appropriately sized. They look really, really good together. So there's no complaints there. No complaints at all there. I think they really, really work lengthwise. Everything, they look really good next to each other. So this does have a flight mode, which is fairly easy to get to. Basically, what you're going to want to do is, if I can remember how to do it, you got to take this. Oh, a couple things I want to show up. I did forget about this. The headlights can be pushed up on either side. This one gets stuck a little bit, so I'm not going to do it, and that is one of the downsides. The tolerances just aren't great. I don't want that to get stuck either. Did it earlier and it was fine. Let's see if I get that even put back down. And it won't go back down. That's one of the things I don't like about this figure. Is the tolerances are annoying. I can't get this back down. Did it earlier just fine, and now there we go. Had to work at it, but there. So that's kind of irritating just to do that. That is kind of sets a precedent for this. It looks beautiful though. So to get this thing into the flight mode, there is a way to do this. Don't remember exactly how. I think you got to pick up this part right here and turn this around, snap that back down to get the guns out of the front, and then the wings on the bottom. Pretty simple. They just fold out like so, and then so you're supposed to have the little feet kind of up, and these come out. I just got to open the doors here. I guess that's one thing I did forget to show is the doors do open, and there's a quasi interior in there with seats, which is a nice little feature. I'll get the door open and just pull that piece up right there on the top. You flip these little pieces around. I guess these are supposed to be scoops in flight mode. You put it right back down. Go ahead and shut the doors unless you want to display it that way. And there he is in flight mode. Go back so you can see it. So in flight mode, there is some paint that shows up on the wings there, and some paint on the scoops or whatever those supposed to be on the roof. And on the bottom here, I think there is a place for a stand, which is right in there. You could also put the guns there if you want. So there's his flight mode. And just for a quick comparison on that, with the flight mode on my original one, so you could get a good idea if my hand gets out of the way. You like maybe I've done a review before. Anyway, there's the two. Definitely needs an All About logo. We need to get those from Toy Hacks. All right, and now we've come to transformation. And transformation on this thing is really irritating to do on camera. Just in general, it's really irritating. There's a lot of fiddly little parts, a lot of things that are really hard to get out, and a lot of little tiny things. It's not fun, and it's easily breakable. So I'm not going to go through a step-by-step process on this on transforming this thing, just because of what I just said. It is really, there's like really bad. There's like joints in here that it could break. It's not fun, but I'm going to go ahead and speed up the video. And here he is in robot mode, and he's a looker. Like, honestly, like just like the car, fantastic. Terrible getting there, but beautiful looking. It's really, really, really nice. Getting close on that head sculpt, which actually is really very good for X-Transbots. They're hit or miss on their head sculpts. But this one's nice. Really well done. One of the things I will point out, though, that see, try to look up or down, that does not clip in anywhere. His head can look up pretty far. I'm going to just do articulation as we go down and look at it. Just going to make it easier. His head does go 360 and two different colors paint on it. So this is really nice. I mean, you see the hood there shows up, and then I'll put this little piece right here back. The what's it called? The abdomen here that snaps on here, but it's a nice and painted. You know, even the little crotch piece here is really well done. All this like details pretty good. These don't snap in, which is kind of annoying with the hands, but they're pretty well articulated as far as wrist, back and forth, fingers. These ones are all connected, where this one's by itself, just like the thumb, bicep, double jointed elbow. He has waist articulation, a little bit of a, if you want to call it an ab crunch, a little bit there. I mean, he looks pretty good. Even in the back looks okay. A little bit gappy in there, but it's not terrible. He looks good. These are metal. His arms are metal. The thighs are metal. You can turn them here, and with this going up a little bit, you get not much of a kick, but there's some. On the back goes pretty far back. Like knees are only about that far. The feet are on, so you got this, which is a really weak joint right here, and that's something to look out for. Also, this is a screw, so you could tighten it. You can see mine's a little loose. I just haven't tightened them, but you could tighten it. He's got a, rocker, go forward and backward, a little back and that way. So there's a lot of good articulation, and so you can get some good posing out of him. I mean, he looks, just like I said, he looks so good. Um, I mean, so good. There we go. I get his foot up there. There, he can actually go pretty far with his leg. It was hitting a little bit. There's tolerances on this thing are just not as good as some of the other ones. But I mean, let's see if I can get him a pose without breaking. But you can see he stands well. He poses pretty decently. It's a really beautiful figure, all in all. If you don't mind the transformation, it's really nice. He looks just really good. Just for example, let's do some quick comparisons. There he is with the G1, which doesn't like to stand up, but you got all the detail in here. Like, all the details in the sticker details, if you can see. That is actually painted here. They even these are molded in. These stickers here on the knees are molded in here. The feet, come on, stand up. They did just a really good job with this as far as how it looks. At an updated G1, it looks beautiful. That's really what attracted me to this thing. There he is, next to Sideswipe. There, you get an idea of height. So he's not as little as he is in G1 as far as scale is concerned, but I think they're scaled appropriately for the type of car they are. They look really good together. And here's a quick turnaround with him armed up with two of his weapons. He cannot hold all three, and I don't think there's another spot to put the third gun on him while he's in robot mode. But as you can see, he looks pretty good. I'm just going to go ahead and stop this right here in the back because I do want to bring up something I forgot to bring up. There are these little pieces here. There's a really bad part of this. So this little piece right here, mine gets stuck on this side. As you can see, there's a hole there. All of this holds fairly well. This here piece is completely loose, and I can't tighten it. It doesn't really have any consequence, it's just annoying. These pieces can be tightened, but this is the whole armature for the foot, and that is pretty bad. Actually, Deluxe Baldwin warned me about this when I bought the figure, but and I agree with him. I absolutely agree that this is a terrible design right here. This whole leg is terribly designed. He can pose, he can stand, and he looks fantastic. I mean, as you can see, he does. He looks really good. He's an amazing looking figure. He really looks the parts and sells that character. And we've come to that time of the video where I tell you what I think. And while I've been doing that all throughout this video, in short, I really love the way this looks in both modes. I like how he feels. He feels really good. The posing is decent on him. The joints are decent. The plastic quality is pretty good. Overall, it's a solid 7. This thing could be a 10 if the transformation was at all fun. It's horrible and scary, and you have to make sure you get parts around other parts, and they just barely do it without breaking. There's some things on it that are just poorly designed, and it could have been amazing. Now, the question is, will I buy one of their other Omnibots? Probably. So far, they look pretty good. I know Downshift, I've seen the picture of Downshift, and it looks pretty good. That's where these things really stand out, is their looks. They're posable, they look great in both modes, but once you get it transformed, I don't think that you're ever going to transform it again. It's just not fun to transform. Getting it in between modes sucks. So I would say if you want it, it's the only Omnibot out right now. It is a great update, and it looks fantastic on your shelf. If you want to transform it back and forth, just buy another one and don't transform it, because there's no reason to get to transform this at all. Anyway, appreciate you stopping by, appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next review.